I'm Jeff Galvin, chef patron of Galvin Restaurants. Basically, it's a Victorian schoolhouse which we inherited as a clean shell and have been refurbished over 17 years. We picked it up and we decided to do two concepts within the build. We've got a new building to one side which we made a kind of cafe avant, we've called it. We champion lots of natural wines. And we've done a more classic, in the old building, a more classic fine dining concept. It's a little lasagna of Dorset crab with a velouté of wild mushrooms. So we're going to take our scallops just into a frozen Robocoupe bowl, just to keep the temperature down. Just going to make a nice puree from those. And what we do, add just the first half of the cream quite slowly. And again, just pause just to make sure we haven't got any going up the sides or on the bottom. So I'm just going to put a little bit of salt in there. It just helps firm up the flesh a little. The second half of that cream we can add a little quicker. That's it, and that's our mousse. So really, it should be looking nice and glossy. Very different. We actually built, probably if we weren't chefs we wouldn't have done it, but we actually built two kitchens. We have a dedicated head chef on the cafe side. And really much more simple, probably have a slightly more Italian influence on the cafe side, whereas La Chapelle is quite a classic French cuisine. So we're going to cook the crab. Crab, we normally take about 8 of these up a day from Dorset. Just to cook him, it's got a pot of water. We're going to add to that just a little bit of herbs and then some mirepoix, carrot, onion, leek and fennel. Just in there. A few peppercorns. Just in there. A little bit of white wine. Go in there, and some white wine vinegar. I'm going to drop the crab in. It actually don't really cook him as long as you may think. We 4 currently, looking at a couple of openings this year. But it's got very big. We started extremely small. I think we opened our bistro with 14 employees, including Chris and I, currently at 274 now, serving between 30 and 37,000 covers a month now. Okay, so I've got our pasta dough here, which we make with some free-range egg yolks, some 00 flour, olive oil, pinch of salt. So what I'm going to do, just roll it on the machine, just get it thin enough actually to start it off, and then just gradually taking it down. I always think with pasta it's just nice to, it's thin for the sake of it, but just so you can kind of see your fingers through it. Just cut that into manageable kind of sections and then blanch it actually as a sheet. Boiling salted water, a little olive oil inside. The pasta's very fresh, just really takes sort of a minute or so, like that, and then just we'll take them out. Okay, so we've got our pasta that we blanched. Just going to drain that off, just on there. Actually, just use our mould just to cut out some discs. Giving our mousse a little kind of rest, let it set up a little. There's the white crab meat from our crab that we cooked. Actually, just going to fold that in. Okay, so we'll just take the mousse there, just into a piping bag. So we just set these rings, we just buttered these rings, put them on a little butter paper, or you could use greaseproof paper. And actually what we do is just put one, okay, and then just pipe a little bit of mousse down. So just follow it with another little disc of pasta. Just push it down, just get any air out. And just finish the top off again with a disc of pasta. So we just pop that into the steamer. Just pop it on there, and then we steam that for 10 minutes. Okay, so we're going to make our velouté. Just start off with a little butter in there. We're just going to sweat down some onion. We're just going to add to that some wild mushrooms that we've just sautéed. I went for a bonnet sweet. I've cooked on most things now, all the big manufacturers, and I just find them the most robust, easy to use. Generally the best, really. I think we've spent a lot of our own money buying it, so I guess that sort of says, you know, we put our money where our mouth is, really. And it looks nice. We mixed it up a little bit. We're probably about 80% electric, It's just the 2 gas solid tops that we put on, but certainly the planches are amazing. So many black pans, they save us, you know that. It's always a problem with chefs, we're always waiting for a pan to heat up. The planches are amazing. In the cafe we've got a modular suite in there, but yeah, it's bonnet across the board actually. Okay, so to this I'm just going to add the white wine, and I need to let that reduce right down. I'm going to put that in there. Our wine's reduced now. I'm just going to add the chicken stock, and we kind of need to do the same thing. Just put it in and just let it slowly reduce again, just right down. Just allow this just to cook. Just so the chicken stock's reduced probably by about half. I'm just going to put that into the blender. Just the last thing, I'm just going to saute our mushrooms. So, just add a little bit of mixed herbs, just a little chervil, tarragon, parsley to that. I think while our crabs now cooked, I'm just going to very carefully take that out. Just to place it in our bowl there. A bit of chervil on the top there. Okay, so we just finished with a little bit of mushroom oil just around the dish, and that's our lasagna, a Dorset crab, wild mushroom velouté.